And we have three speakers here to discuss about remittances, diaspora, and co-development. Our first speaker is the Public Relations Officer of the Federación de Clubes Zacatecanos del Sur de California. This is based in Mexico and the USA. Their organization is currently investing in social infrastructure projects in Mexico, and they are also contributing to the skills development of the people in Mexico. And they're also doing advocacy in policy making to make mobilization of investments, to make enabling environment for investment mobilization for Mexico. And our speaker is Mr. Efrain Jimenez.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Vince, for presenting me. Thank you, Leila, for inviting me here. Well, who is it that we are in the United States? We are the Zacatecan Federation. We are an umbrella organization that gathers more than 65 hometown associations. And we have been able to invest in Mexico, just to get your attention, more than $120 million in more than 1,500 social infrastructure projects, such as hospitals, schools, potable water systems, a lot of source systems, paving of the streets, and many social projects. With this, I'm going to tell you how this began, and just really quick. This began in the 1960s. We were already doing those projects by ourselves, but we said it's an obligation of the government. So the government joined to our efforts in 1986 because we asked them to do so. So the program 1 for 1 was created, meaning for every dollar we sent, the government would match it with another dollar. In 1992, the central government joined the effort, and the 2 for 1 program was created. And it was in 1999 that the local mayors joined the effort, and the 3 for 1 program began. And that means that for every dollar we sent, they matched it with $3. With this, I'm going to tell you that it was only in Zacatecas. Zacatecas is one state out of the 31 of the Mexican Republic. This was not an official public policy. It was like a pilot program only. But in 2001, we were able to ask the central government to institutionalize the program and to make it a public policy, because it had proven that it was such a good incentive for migrants to get organized, but we were also promoting development. So in 2002, it was available to all nationwide. And now, at this point, every year, on the Mexican Republic, we're investing more than $80 million a year in more than 1,000 projects a year. Keep in mind that we have transformed communities all together. I mean, you see new plazas, new churches, paving, potable water. You see a lot of infrastructure, but migration continues. So we have seen that the migrants are still, the people is still migrating to the United States. So what happens here is that doesn't matter how many $1 million we continue investing, the people is going to continue going to the States unless public policy changes. So for that instance, we have gained a lot of political clout, because keep in mind that it's already a lot of $1 million, a lot of people involved into this, because everything is donation, so volume counts a lot. So with this, we as Federation, we have been able to negotiate with government, with the policy that is already there, to change it sometimes, because sometimes governments create a lot of programs, but they do it behind the desk. They don't include the voices of the migrant leaders. So that would be a recommendation for the policymakers worldwide. One of their biggest mistakes is that they make policy behind the desk, and sometimes they don't have the voices of the people that is going to be directed to. So it is really important to have these voices of the migrants on the table to discuss, because as we know, every country has different needs. So at the time that discussions of what to do in regards to development, you bring these actors. We as Federation, we have been able to do a lot of projects, and all these projects are creating temporary jobs. Thousands of jobs. A year in Zacatecas alone, in one state, we are doing more than 300 projects, and I have seen people gaining a lot of skills on how to do the concrete, on how to build houses, on how to work in it. We have been able to empower communities. with this, I said that we are working pretty hard on development goal number 8, where we have been able to develop and implement this strategic program that is helping build not only social infrastructure, but empowering the communities and empowering people. Although no study has been written on the real impact of the 341 program, we have seen that now with this political cloud, we have been able to become like a push factor. For instance, we have been able to modify the state constitution in Zacatecas, where now we are eligible to be voted as migrants, because we are convinced that we need to have a voice and a vote where the decisions are taking place. So now we have 2 congressmen at the state level, 2 congressmen at the federal level, and we have 2 mayors. All of these people are coming out of the federation. So now we are ensuring that the voice of the migrants are there on the discussions, like I said. Keep in mind that there needs to be political will. Let's get real. Most political leaders worldwide, what happens there is they do a lot of campaigning. They promise so many things. And once they go to the chair, they forget about it. But even worse than that is once they get to the chair, they begin to work, but not for the community. But they begin to work to see who is going to succeed them of their same party color. So let's put this straight. If political leaders worldwide don't include the migrants and don't include the civil society into the discussions and begin to work for the countries, we're going to continue with these issues. Of course, I've seen in the case of Mexico that things are changing. As of now, I can definitely say that Mexican government is seeing the migrants more as partners, as Manuel mentioned it. There is the need for migrants to travel to their countries and discuss with the leaders. And do not fight with them. You are not going to accomplish anything. Just ask them how is it that you can contribute to their efforts, and begin the discussions, and never see them like uphill. I mean, you see them like partners, because we are not clients. We are contributing with not only remittances, but we are also contributing with knowledge from some other countries. So it is very interesting to see how this is being developing, because we have been able to develop these partnerships with different levels of government. At this point, if I want to talk to the governor of Zacatecas, that would be easy. If I want to have a meeting even with the Secretary of State, that would be an issue in the case of Mexico. Before, it was really hard. But keep in mind that this program, the 341, not only became an incentive for migrants to get organized, but it also was a strategy that gave us that political clout. Now we are trying to do a transition, not only investing in social infrastructure, but into productive projects. We want to invest in projects that can generate jobs so that migration can be an option and not a necessity. And of course, with doing this, we are also trying to tackle the development goal number 7, where we are also creating awareness that we need to protect the environment. We need to create these kind of projects that would ensure sustainability, and that we need to protect our investments, and to see that we are not going to harm the environment. So in our case, we are definitely trying to be working a lot, and we have seen that it's key to create these partnerships as well with international organizations, because we are learning a lot, and well, we are here to share a little bit of our experience and to do a lot of networking. So I would end up my presentation with this, and I would leave the floor for the questions later. Thank you.